A little over 2 weeks ago, a Sangamon County court judge ruled for school districts while overturning Governor Pritzker's school mask mandate and pointed out, and I quote, "Statutory rights have attempted to be bypassed through the issuance of executive orders and emergency rules. This type of evil is exactly what the law was intended to constrain." That was from a judge. Following this, the governor acted petulantly and dictatorially by stating that schools still must follow his orders. Then he appealed the ruling and lost again. So then what did he do? He had an administrative body tweak the rules and submit new masking orders on school districts. This time, the Joint Committee on Administrative Rules voted 9-0 to 2 to overrule these orders, with 2 legislators voting present. Now he is stating that he will appeal to the state Supreme Court. That's the thing about bullies and dictators. They behave irrationally when they lose power and control. His actions have continued in spite of the data and facts that indicate that he has been wrong all along. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled the OSHA vaccine mandate was unconstitutional. The CDC released a study that indicated a person who had natural immunity from COVID was between 2.6 to 2.9 times less likely than a vaccinated person to get a new infection of COVID. The CDC study also reported that a person with natural immunity was 1.7 times less likely to be hospitalized than a vaccinated person. A Johns Hopkins study indicated that lockdown orders had little to no effect on COVID-19 mortality rates, reducing them by just 0.2%. Recently this week, a study from the National Institute of Health and published by the CDC tracked more than 1 million, that's 1 million, vaccinated adults in America over most of last year and classified them based on risk factors of how many other conditions that they had. According to this report, again from the NIH and CDC, none of the healthy people, so people with no chronic conditions, under 65, had a severe case of COVID that required going to the ICU, and not a single one of the nearly 700,000 of these healthy people under 65 died. Of those vaccinated and healthy over 65, only 1 person died. Even for those with 2 chronic conditions, the odds of dying from COVID was the same as the odds of dying in a fire or falling downstairs. Just yesterday, the New York Times, we're talking about the New York Times, ran an article, and this is the headline: "The CDC isn't publishing large portions of the COVID data it collects." It stated that for more than a year, the Centers of Disease Control has collected data on hospitalizations for COVID-19 in the United States and broken it down by age, race, and vaccination status, but it has not made most of the information public. In spite of all this, over the last 2 weeks, there have been many reports of the oppression, bullying, and shaming of school children in our schools. Students are being isolated from others, being put into gyms and common areas, and shoved in the back of classrooms because they chose not to wear a mask. History shows us repeatedly that those who oppress and segregate others usually are driven by fear and by ignorance. However, by this point, with all of the data available for COVID, ignorance is not an excuse. This abuse is willful choice, and the bullies responsible need to be stopped. Our children have paid way too high a price for a disease that facts show has less impact on them than the flu. It's time to stop trying to control other people's lives. The facts are very clear that the lockdowns and mandates have not halted the spread of COVID. However, everyone has options available to them to help protect themselves, including vaccines, N95 masks, and/or isolating from people. Just as we have since the beginning of human history, we must all weigh the risks and benefits when we decide for ourselves what is the best way to live with COVID.